Lección 13, subjunctive with verbs of doubt, disbelief, and denial. So we have, you already know that the subjunctive that is used when it's used on the second clause. When on the first clause you have the weirdo verbs. So let's go over the weirdo sets. Verbs that express will or wish, verbs that express emotions, various impersonal expressions will also take subjuntivo, verbs that express requests and recommendations, verbs that express doubts and denial, and also the phrase, the word, the expression ojalá. So when you have those on the first clause, you have to use the subjunctive on the second. This time, on this specific video, we're going to concentrate on verbs that express doubt and denial, and also impersonal expressions that express doubt and or denial. So the weirdo on the first clause, subjunctive on the second. Both clauses are connected by que, and usually, not always, you're going to have one subject on the first clause, a different subject on the second. For doubt and denial, you do not necessarily have to have that. You can have same subject on both clauses. So here we have the some examples of verbs that express doubt, disbelief, and denial. I'm going to conjugate all of them in the yo form just to make things a little bit simpler for me. So dudo, niego, no creo, no estoy segura, no es cierto, no es seguro, no es verdad, es imposible, es improbable, es posible and also no es posible, es probable y no es probable. They all express doubt, disbelief, and therefore you have to use the subjunctive on the second clause. On this specific semester, we're learning present subjunctive, so you have to use present subjunctive. In future, next semester, in future lessons, you will learn past subjunctive, and the same will apply, but just with the rules for past. You will be using past subjunctive. Okay? Now, again, you express doubt, disbelief, denial, subjuntivo. However, there are cases when you may have the structure, you will have the first clause, you will have a second clause that is connected by que, but the first clause does not express doubt, not emotions, doesn't express any requests. So if it expresses certainty, like for example, when you say no dudo, another example, no niego, creo, estoy segura, when you express certainty, you will not use subjunctive on the second clause. So here are more examples. No cabe duda, no hay duda, es cierto, es seguro, es verdad, es obvio, es evidente. In those cases, when you are expressing certainty, you will not use the subjunctive on the second clause, even though the word order, the structure, the grammatical structure looks like it requires the subjunctive, but it does not take the subjuntivo. So you still have to connect both clauses with que, but the verb goes in present tense, present of indicative, not subjunctive. Okay, present of indicative. No dudo que ustedes estudian mucho, creo que ustedes estudian mucho, es verdad que ustedes estudian mucho. Bien, so no dudo doesn't need the subjunctive, but dudo requires the subjunctive. Creo does not need the subjunctive, but no creo requires the subjunctive. Okay, so very careful with those expressions. Here we have some examples using both, probably the subjunctive or probably the indicative, not the subjunctive. Okay, so nuevamente, this is the structure, first clause, que, second clause. Dudo requires the subjunctive. Dudo que las fábricas dejen de contaminar el aire. ¿Ok? Otro ejemplo, los papás están enojados. Vamos a ver nuevamente la estructura, first clause, que, second clause. Los padres dudan, subjuntivo, que su hijo saque buenas notas. However, even though you have the estructura, you do not need the subjunctive on the second one. Los padres están seguros. Will does not need the subjuntivo. Los padres están seguros que su hijo es irresponsable. Aquí no hay duda. That phrase expresses certainty. No hay duda. There is no doubt. Therefore, no subjuntivo. No hay duda que estos chicos quieren cuidar el planeta, por eso recogen la basura de los parques. So, that verb is not in the subjunctive. Okay? It's present of indicative, even though you have what can be confusing the structure for the subjunctive. So the structure is not enough. What is important is what is expressed on the first clause. That's the important part. Okay? No creo, subjuntivo. Expresses doubt. No creo que tus hijos usen mucha agua. Subjuntivo. Dudo. Subjuntivo. Que la profesora no ponga la basura en el basurero. Verbo en el subjuntivo. Creo. That does not express doubt, therefore you do not need the subjunctive. So that's certainty. Belief. Creo, creo que el futuro del planeta está en buenas manos. Bien, eso es todo por ahora. Hope this explanation helps. Hasta pronto.